All right, guys. It's Monday morning, 7 a.m. Hopefully you had a fantastic weekend. You're ready to kick off your week with a focus on marketing and a commitment to growth. Let me see here. I'm going to stop sharing my screen real quick, and we're going to give you guys, I'm going to switch some things, get going. And okay, so there you go, guys. It's Monday morning. Looking forward to another great week with a focus on marketing. Again, we want to make sure that we're providing you the information that you need in order to grow your business week to week. And one of the ways that we can do that is by removing the confusion about what you should be doing on a daily basis in order to promote your business and your processes, your products, your services, and things of that nature, and really removing the confusion associated with doing that in the field. Because of course you're front of line, you have interaction with your customers on a regular basis, and we do a lot of the heavy lifting on the back end, but it is definitely a collaboration. We're finding that the tighter we can create a collaboration with our clients, the more success they have. So what we want to do is we want to provide ongoing support in order to accomplish that. And one of the ways to do that is to get everybody on the same page when it comes to sales and marketing, and what that looks like, all the way from client targeting through offer creation, media planning, your ad strategy, retargeting, what that looks like from a messaging standpoint, and also some growth accelerators that you can be implementing in your business on a regular basis in order to improve your results and compress timeframes associated with growing your organization. So a lot of great stuff to share with you. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk with you about offer creation and really what the difference between a product and service is and what offer creation is. This is going to be a build on last week. So if you haven't seen that training, you can get access to that on YouTube or Facebook group, Local Marketing Hacks, and or we're publishing those to our websites with spoilers built into them and some transcripting. So they're a little bit easier to digest on our actual website itself. What we want to do is make sure that you can get the information that you need with those spoilers. What those will do is those will tell you the times that specific topics came up within the video. And then also we're going to be transcribing those to make the content easier to consume. But the goal with all of it is to make sure that you get it in as short as time period as possible so that you can implement in your business. Of course, knowledge isn't power. We don't believe that. We think that transformation has to do with immersion, repetition, implementation, and then also the mastery of what it is that you're setting out to do. So what we want to do is make sure that we provide an environment that perpetuates those results on a regular basis. And what that means is immersing yourself in an environment that gives you the ability to repeat tasks on a regular basis that achieve the desired outcome over time, create habits through repetition so that you can achieve the desired outcome over time. So I'm going to jump right into this presentation. What we're going to do is we're going to talk with you today about offer creation. Let me get my screen set up real quick here so that you can see my desktop. And what we're going to talk is about offer evolution and what this looks like and the key components and characteristics of what an offer looks like, and the difference between selling a product or service and selling an offer. And I'm going to take you through that. Again, we're going to build on last week, talk with you a little bit about client targeting and messaging and how your offer kind of feeds into that and how niching down can make your offers more powerful. Again, we want to take you from focusing on who to focusing from going from product to process and communicating your process, your new and exciting process to solve people's problems and or provide them a desired outcome, because people sell products every single day. There's a ton of products in the marketplace. There's a ton of people selling head to head. You can get products, especially if you're in local marketing or you're selling some type of service that other people sell. What you don't want to do is go out there and create a marketing campaign around selling a product and or service that other people offer in the marketplace. What you want to do is you want to come up with a process and or brand or some type of product that you can brand that has process built into it, that people can only get from your company. And what this does is that if you're selling head to head against everybody and you're creating another product in what's called in the marketing world a red ocean, there's a lot of competition in that red ocean. There's a lot of sharks out there. There's people that are well established. If you want to displace some of the giants in your industry, the worst way that you can accomplish that is trying to go out and sell head to head against those giants. What you want to do is you want to position your process as a new and unique way in order to solve people's problems and or to provide them a desired outcome. And what that does is that creates an environment where all roads lead to you over time, right? As you generate content around your process, what happens is that when people start to search for that process or that branded product, what happens is they go out there and type in that word, and all roadsides online lead to them. And I'll give you an example of this, a really great way of how branding works. This has to do with branding in the marketing space, is that, and I'll jump into the presentation here just a second, but the way the branding works, if you think about it, think about some of the most popular brands out there, like Band-Aids. Band-Aid is not an actual product, it's a brand. But what they've done is, I think Johnson & Johnson does Band-Aids. They do Q-tips, they do a lot of other things, but these are just some that are coming to mind where we've actually adopted the brand as the product name. So when we go in and we're looking for Q-tips or Band-Aids, or we're doing searches online, and again, that's just an example. It could be anything. You could be, a lawyer and be branding what it is that you do from a service standpoint. You could be an auto body shop. You could be an author. You could have a product in the health industry, or you could have some type of nutrition product or something like that. But what that is you don't want to sell the product. Like if, let's say that you had a protein supplement, the last thing you want to do is go out there and sell protein supplements against all the other giants in the industry and try to sell head to head against those giants on a regular basis, because that would be very challenging. And that's a big red ocean. So when you're thinking about marketing, what you want to do is think about where it is that you're putting your message, and going from product to process can give you the ability to move from that red ocean where there's a tremendous amount of competition into a blue ocean. What you do is you create your own market. You create messaging. Again, media shapes people's perception, and we get the chance to create the media on a daily basis. So if you're creating messaging around your process on a daily basis that points everybody to a blue ocean, and you're the only whale in that ocean, of course, all road signs are going to point to you over time. So understanding the process of going from product to process and not selling head to head, and how to create a blue ocean, how to create your own market, can give you a competitive advantage over everybody else in your marketplace that's selling head to head. So it's incredibly important to understand these concepts in regards to targeting. When we talk about targeting as a first step in the Local Legends marketing methodology, targeting gives you the ability to refine your messaging, to communicate specifically to a specific target in the market, right? It's not that you're only, or you can only target that person forever, but when you're building a marketing campaign and we're building out messaging and your online assets and everything that you're doing on a daily basis in order to grow this marketing campaign, when you're doing that on a daily basis, what you want to do is want to have really refined messaging. You want to really be defined in who you're targeting, so your messaging is really refined and it communicates directly to them. So that way it resonates with them. It creates a relationship with them instantaneously. And if you can communicate their challenges, their pains better than they can articulate them, you're going to have a tremendous amount of success when you're talking about communicating a powerful message that moves people or calls people to action. So we're trying to tie it all together for you, provide you ongoing support in regards to that. Couple of housekeeping things. If you haven't done so already, Go ahead and set up notifications. Text text Monday KO to 707-229-1221, just so you can get notifications on a regular basis of upcoming trainings. We want to make sure that you don't miss a single one of those, because we're going to be bringing as much knowledge, dropping as much, as they say online, dropping as much fire as we possibly can, so that you can help propel your business forward. And again, it's all about immersion, repetition, mastery, and execution, right? Doesn't matter if you get all the great information. It's about that. That's the process of getting this information into action in your business on a regular basis. You got to immerse yourself in an environment. We know that can help perpetuate the results that you want to see. You got to create an environment that perpetuates those results, because we tend to slack off as humans. It's part of our human nature. So creating an environment can generate much more success for you. So in regards to creating really powerful offers, what we call legendary offers, we have a simple framework that we follow. First and foremost, you want to know your market. That's the first step in the Local Legends marketing methodology, is really to define your market before you refine your marketing and going out there and making an impact. So knowing your market is step one. Hopefully you've gone through that process. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you fill out your marketing worksheets that I provided to you in OneDrive. If you haven't gotten one of those, message me. We'll make sure that you get one of those. Make sure that you fill out that marketing research so that we can define your market, get your niche defined. So that's the first step. Or the second step, carve your niche. Know your market, carve your niche is the second step. As you can see there, that's incredibly important. Again, this is one of the things that I wish I would have done a lot more effectively in the beginning when I was growing my business, is really getting clear about who I was targeting. Because once you get clear about who you're targeting, all your media starts to come more easily. It's easier to produce content when you're talking to a specific individual. When you start to communicate with them on a regular basis, you're getting feedback from them. You're finding out what their challenges, their pain points are. You almost become an expert in that specific niche with what other product, service, and or process that you're providing. And then third, you want to make sure that you reduce friction associated with purchasing your process, your service, your products, whatever it is. This is our primary framework. And we're all about evolution. What I want to do is, again, I communicated this a little bit earlier in the presentation. What we want to do is, we don't want to just provide more information. The challenge is a lot of people get caught up consuming information. We live in the information age, or what I call the information overload age, where there's so much information out there. There's so many gurus and experts toting all kinds of information. But what we want to do is, we want to drive transformation within your business. And there's only 4 steps that I know of that you can drive transformation. First is immersing yourself in an environment that consistently and persistently produces the results that you want. 2 is to, once you're in the environment, is to execute on what it is that you're learning. 3 is repetition, doing it on a regular basis. I talk to a ton of people all the time that have challenges. They might not have done a video before, or they've might not have done a video sales letter, even known what a video sales letter was. But what they do is they get caught up trying to figure out how to be perfect right out of the gate. The reality of it is that sales, marketing your business, creating assets, things of that nature, if you're not going out and paying $10,000, $20,000 a month, you're going to have to originate some of that content on a regular basis. If you want an agency to come in and do an entire done for you service, you're probably going to pay about $10,000 retainer just to get them to come in your door, film all the content that they need in order to promote your business, write all the copy, generate all the online assets and everything like that. Most digital agencies will charge you about $10,000 a month in order to accomplish that. So the vast majority of my clients don't have that type of money. What we do is we give them a more cost-effective solution with a done-with-you service. But what this requires is that you immerse yourself in that environment. You learn what, targeting or getting clear about your target is. You learn about what an offer is. You learn about messaging and media. You learn about advertising, remarketing, things like that, so that you can originate the correct information and have an evolution in your business. And what we want to do is we want to take you along our local marketing methodology, which is a simple step-by-step process to give you the ability to launch, scale, or grow your local business. It starts off with our client targeting, as I talked about last week. This week, we're going to be talking about our offer evolution framework, and taking you from product and service sales, from selling in a red ocean. Doesn't matter what it is that you're selling, right? If you can buy your product and service from other people in the marketplace and there's no real differentiator between you and them, then you need to move into process. You need to move into the mindset of, how do I differentiate myself in the marketplace? That's a key concept when you're talking about marketing. Differentiation. And the best way to differentiate yourself is to create your own market. And the best way to create your own market is to brand your product and service as a new and exciting process in order to solve people's problems. And this process can give you the ability to go out there and create this blue ocean, so that when people begin to become familiar with your brand, when they begin to become familiar with you, you become a legend in your market, an expert in your industry. Look, if you become an expert in your industry and you're categorized and classified as an expert in your industry, and you say, hey, you know what? This process helps people get the desired outcome that they're looking for. It solves all of these problems. What happens is that influence, that reach, that goes out into the world, and people start to begin to take notice. And what they do is they do searches for that product, and now it's rebranded and restructured, reframed in a way where it's a blue ocean, where all roadsides online point back to you. Now, as I was saying, I wish I would have done a lot of this pre-planning early on in the process. I've been doing this quite a while in the local marketing space, but for those of you that don't know me, my name's Jesse. I'm the lead designer at Razor Sharp Networks, and I've been working in the local marketing space and the nonprofit space for the last 10 plus years. I've done marketing when it comes to nonprofit fundraising, is kind of where I got my start, and in the marketing space. And then I moved into local marketing because I really enjoy working with local companies, business owners, service, trade professionals, salt of the earth people who really enjoy what it is that they do, and want to grow a successful business, to expand their reach, their impact, their influence, but don't really understand the process of marketing and how that supports their sales process, and how having a sound marketing campaign can create sustainability within their organization. So what I found myself doing is really evolving over time. And I have three beautiful girls that keep me constantly evolving. The journey started back in 2001. I got into sales and marketing technology with email marketing, email broadcasting, and voice broadcasting. From there, I actually did some time in financial services, but I was in the marketing side. It was a multi-level marketing campaign, or a network marketing company that did financial service and financial service planning, and did that for some time before the 2008 destruction of the market, and decided to move from there back into marketing technologies. Back in about 2000, I would say 2007, I moved up to the Northern California area, or the Bay Area, into the Napa Valley area, and was working with the local ISP, helping them develop some sales and marketing campaigns for their voice broadcasting. So I've always been in the marketing technology, business technology field. Back in 2009, I started Razor Sharp Networks. And again, at the time, we were focused on small business infrastructure and marketing for nonprofits. I got an opportunity to develop the back end for a dream home raffle, which was a multi-million-dollar marketing campaign that helped raise funds through a raffle model. In between 2009 and 2019, we ended up doing between 20 and 25 dream home raffles, which was incredibly rewarding. We got to work with cause-driven organizations and that was incredibly rewarding. Back in 2019, me and my business partner at the time had a difference of opinion, ended up parting ways, which was a big hit on the business in 2019. But, I think that life happens for you, not to you. There was a lot of blessings and lessons that came out of that. And it gave me in 2019 an opportunity to restructure, reposition, rebrand our company, and refocus on some of our core customers that we had been servicing over the last 10 years. And a lot of those customers were local business owners and nonprofits. So we re-upped and revamped our entire product offering, developed a local marketing methodology, and started to think about how we could serve our small business customers even more effectively. Fast forward almost, not even several months later, COVID hit. And again, we lost a big chunk of our businesses because a lot of our local businesses started to shut down. We had some restaurants, some gyms, local service providers and companies like that. And we live in California, so COVID kind of shut us down. But again, a really huge blessing, because at the time, it gave us an opportunity to take a look at what companies were thriving and what companies were falling off. And what we found is that companies that were diversified, had a good marketing campaign, still kept their doors open, but had their product and service offering as one channel of revenue, but had other channels of revenue, had an e-commerce play, meaning that they were already online. They were sound. And they also had, some of our clients had membership sites, and they were selling the information they did on a regular basis. So in 2020, we started to develop both our e-commerce and our membership side, along with our local marketing strategies. And today, that is what we specialize. We specialize in helping local businesses diversify their portfolio in regards to revenue, in addition to the really defining their sales and marketing efforts on their product and services. We also help them get into e-commerce and sell online, and then also monetize their knowledge and expertise in order to sell memberships and things of that nature, membership rewards programs, loyalty programs, and things like that, because that really plays into a lot of what local businesses do. If you think about it, if you're a local, dry cleaner, or if you're a car wash, or if you're another service provider like that, what you want to do is you want to create loyalty programs with people, or membership programs, so where they get incentives for return, repeat, and referral business. And of course, if anybody has been with us for a while, you know that we focus heavily on the 3 core funnels, which is lead gen, customer acquisition, customer re-engagement. But primarily, we focus on customer re-engagement focused around the 3 R's, which is reviews, referrals, and repeat business. So this plays into having membership sites and things of that nature, making sure that you have loyalty rewards programs, memberships, and things like that to incent people to exercise those 3 R's. So let's jump into this real quick now that I've taken 23 minutes in order to give you the background and some context to what we're talking about. We're not going to have a tremendous amount of time to dive deep into offer creation, but I wanted to give you the strategy first and foremost. Now, the first thing you need to ask yourself is, what is the difference between a product and service and an offer? And the core difference associated with this is that a product or service can be found virtually anywhere. It's a commodity. It's something that you would find, anywhere online or in the market. If you look around, what you'll find is that people selling products and services are selling head-to-head against other people's selling products and services. And a good example of this is on Amazon and other places. Now, don't get me wrong, there is a place for product and service sales, and you can be successful with physical product sales, in my opinion. But if you're selling a service, or if you're selling some type of product that is a commodity in a local market, I would assert very strongly that you would have much more success if you differentiated yourself. If you're selling a physical product, it might be different. But again, what you can do is your physical product, if you look around in the marketplace, a lot of companies, when they're selling physical products, will actually come up with names for each one of those products. And you can look at this in a local market. If you go to like Cold Stones or some other company that's done a really great job in regards to branding. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you understand the difference. Your process or your product and service can be found everywhere in your market. Your process is unique to you, and all road signs point to you when it comes to your offer. Now, what's the difference? What's the difference between a product and service and an offer? An offer actually builds a couple of different things in people's minds. First and foremost, it builds value. A lot of times what you'll do is you see an offer, whether it's a front end offer, a loss leader, or some type of offer to get people in the door. It's going to build value. Now, when I talk about loss leaders and things like that, it doesn't actually have to be you're losing money every time you make an offer that's value-based, that maybe is a loss leader or anything like that. For front-end offers, the goal is to break even on front-end offers to get a new customer. If you can do better than that and you can actually make money on those front-end offers, you're in the green, and that's incredibly powerful. But what those front-end offers, they actually build value. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that you create scarcity and urgency within those offers. Some other things that you want to think about is making sure that you're putting risk reversal into those. And I'll get into kind of the anatomy of those offers in just a second. But in addition to creating value, they create scarcity and urgency. They might be an offer, might be a new and exciting way to engage people, new and different way to solve their problem or pain. I spoke about this a little bit earlier in the presentation. But again, this is a really powerful way in order to brand your offer and brand your process so that it differentiates you in the marketplace. Again, you want to move out of that red ocean into the blue ocean. That's something a lot of marketers talk about in regards to creating really great offers. Now, an offer is created by you. It's only available through you and your company. So again, this will create an environment. As you create messaging on an ongoing basis, moving forward, everything that you should create should be built around your offer or your process. Your process has the offer built into it. Your offer is going to be process driven. It's not going to be product driven. So I'll give you an example of that, and I'll utilize our offer. I'll utilize one of our customer offers. We have customers in the automotive repair industry. They do paintless dent repair. They're a niche in the automotive recon industry. And one of the things that we're talking about is, or one of the things that we're doing is branding them as a PDR first auto body shop, so that they do PDR first as opposed to a conventional auto body repair. So this is an example of how PDR first can be the brand and the process that they're utilizing in order to differentiate them in the marketplace. In addition to that, we're branding the company with protection services, correction, and automotive excellence as some of the branding there. So we can classify this automotive correction services. Now, if people are looking for automotive correction services and they've got the brand, which is, which I'm not going to mention, but the brand is blank automotive correction services. So that'll be the brand. And what we're going to do is that brand has a process to where you can correct the paint, correct any imperfections in the bodywork of the car. And there's going to be an offer that's built around that. Now, that offer, once we go through the process of branding the offer, right, creating a process that's clear, that communicates directly to our target market, what we can do is we can build in the characteristics of a really great offer. And I'll take you through that in just a second. So let me talk with you about some of the characteristics before I jump into scarcity and urgency. Some of the characteristics of a really great offer is proof. Nothing sells like proof. And so this is one of the things I talked about, our customer re-engagement campaigns and a focus on customer reviews. One of the things that you want to consistently and persistently do is be focused on customer reviews. Written reviews are fantastic for your business pages like Google My Business, Bing Places, Yahoo Small Business. These written reviews are great because they help out with search placement. Google actually utilizes them in their algorithm. It's been proven. The frequency, the amount of reviews, the amount of key terms that are in the reviews are very effective. And we have some training on that as well, how to optimize your reviews for search. But Proof, nothing sells like proof. So you want to make sure that you're persistently getting written reviews. You're also getting video reviews on a regular basis because, again, nothing sells like proof. One of the best ways to go out there and create what's called social proof to help you sell your products and services and or your process, your branded process, is to make sure that you have lots of proof. So that's first and foremost. A way that you can, secondly, you want to make sure that you have what's called risk reversal. These are incentives, any type of guarantees, any type of return policies, things like that. You want them to have you want them to be clearly defined. And what I mean by this is you want to make sure that you have your trust and credibility icons on your website. These are like security icons, your guarantees, your warranties, your policies, and things like that. You want to make sure that they're clearly defined on your website, and anywhere you ask people in order to take action, you want to make sure that you publish those trust and credibility icons on the website itself. It'll help you out tremendously and make sure that you exercise what's called risk reversal. If you can reduce the amount of risk in somebody's mind, it reduces the amount of friction they have for purchasing your process, your branded process. So first and foremost, proof, nothing sells like proof. Secondly, you want to make sure that you have risk reversal. And third, you want to make sure that you create what's called scarcity and or urgency. Most of the time people are busy. Let's face it, we're all super, super busy. A lot of times when we come to something, there's a million other distractions out there. So we need a bump. We need some type of bump in order to take action. One of the ways that you can accomplish this from a psychological standpoint is through scarcity and urgency. And what I mean by scarcity and urgency is just make sure that you take a look at what it is that you're offering. Like, let's say you're doing a loss leader that's for a specific period of time. It might be a special offer on the front end in order to get a new customer. Let's say it's for 30 days only or for 2 weeks only. That's creating urgency and scarcity because there's a time sensitivity to that offer, right? Maybe you can, like we have some specials out there that we do special offers for the first 10 people that take action because we can't take everybody with that special because of the time and resources associated with the special. We do the next jump, which is 100 people. The first 100 people will get X in some of our specials. And the reason for that is because we have some limitations in regards to resources for servicing that group. And then, of course, everybody else, the general public, gets our general offers. So we have the amount or quantity scarcity. So if you do time scarcity, quantity scarcity, what this will do is create urgency. It'll give yourself that little bump. And there's a couple of ways, 3 ways that you can accomplish this: limited time offers, time-based incentives, and quantity incentives, which I covered in the last slide. But you definitely want to make sure that you create scarcity. You want to build value in your client's mind. Second way to create really great offers is to build value. Make sure that you're stacking that, what's called an offer stack. And what you want to do this, you want to make these offers no-brainer offers. You want to make them irresistible. And the way that you accomplish that is by piling a bunch of offers on top of each other, right? If you're selling head-to-head, like let's say that you're selling a book, right? And you're selling that book as, a $19.95 for this book. Everybody else on the planet has a book that sells for $19.95. Again, most people don't sell, 10,000, 20,000 books. Most authors don't sell that. Most authors are not New York Times bestsellers. The reality of it is that most authors are struggling and they have a book that's, sold 20,000 copies or something like that. And the reason for that is they sell that book head to head, right? $19.95 for this book, $19.95 for this book. What you need to do if you're adding value to that offer, what you could do is you say, hey, you know what? Get my book for $19.95. I'll give you this $495 free course that we put together for you that takes you through the book. Or you can get the book, autographed copy of the book. If you sign up within a certain time period, we're going to give you this free course. In addition to that, with that, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a 1-hour coaching session with the author where you can ask the author head to head in a group environment. We're going to do some introduction with the author, right? So now what you're doing is you're adding value to that offer. You're stacking offers on top of that. In addition to that, you want to make sure that all your offers have what's called a what's next. What I tell all my clients is that you're missing a tremendous amount of opportunities with your clients. Meaning that if you have a business out there and you're selling your process, you're selling your product, you're selling your service, and you're not asking yourself, what's next? What can I escalate this customer into? Then you're missing out on a tremendous amount of opportunity. And I'll give you an example of this that I've heard over and over again, is that every time you go to the grocery store, most of us go around the outside. Some of us go up and down each and every lane. But all of us go through what's called the NAG checkout aisle. And the NAG checkout aisle is right before you get to the cash register, right? And right before you get to the cash register, you have all those little impulse buys. You have magazines, you have gum, you have candy bars, you have everything that they know is an impulse buy, not only for you, for people, but also for kids. What they'll do is they'll put that right at the cash register. And what that is trying to increase the amount of value of your cart, right? And it's escalating you in regards to the amount of money that you spend, right? So it's what you want to be thinking about is if somebody buys something with you, right? And they spend $45. Well, would they spend $90? And if they'd spend 90, would they spend 200? And if they'd spend 200, would they spend 500? And if they spend 500, would they spend 1,000? And if they spend 1,000, would they spend 10,000? You're never going to know that if you don't ask. And the reality of it is the majority of us don't have any type of offer ladder built into our service offering. So what happens is that a customer will come consume our services and we miss out on the opportunity to escalate them through our offer ladder or provide them more value. We actually don't provide them the maximum value they can. I'll give you another example. And this is something that I talk to all of our clients that are in the automotive repair industry, whether it's paintless dent repair or some of the other auto body shops that we service, is that, you know, when they're in there, right, and they're getting their auto body work done, or they're getting their dent repair, or they're doing something like that, they're trusting you as an expert in order to service their car, right? You offering them some type of way to maintain the value of their car, maintain the paint and longevity, and increase the resale value of the car over time is a foregone conclusion over time, meaning that every single customer that you have come through the door, you should offer them some type of service pack that sends them out some way for them to protect the value and increase the resale value of their car. It's a simple sale. It would be a simple upsell. You could sell them, you could upsell them all kinds of stuff to increase. Well, I'm talking about cart value and value ladders as well. As far as value goes, let's say that you are in a service related industry. What you could do is on the front end, you could provide your value in regards to the product or service. On the back end, you could provide memberships in regards to training, high value training that they could utilize in order to do it themselves at home, save time, save money on their future services or things like that. Know what your market is. Make sure that you know what value you present in the marketplace and how you differentiate yourself in the market. I'm not going to get too much into that. Again, when you're talking about value, of course, the price increase as the value increases. And again, you always want to be thinking about what's next, making sure that you take people through the value ladder on a regular basis. Here's a great example of a dentist and how they would utilize this. Of course, you might have your front end offer. And I get these in the mail all the time. I'll get postcards, really nice postcards from dental offices that offer a discount or free teeth whitening or teeth cleaning service on the front end for me and my family. Of course, what they want to do is they want to either break even, or this might even be a loss leader on the front end. But that's a low value product. They can do it in 15 minutes. All they got to do is book you, get you into the office. But once they have you in the office, that's when the sales process starts. That's when the whitening, retainers, cosmetics, that's when their high value products come into play. And as you can see here, that is a captive audience, because now you've made the process of driving all the way down to the dental office. You're sitting in the chair. You might have the dentist talking to you, who is a doctor, a trusted professional in his industry. He's an expert in industry. He could be a legend in his local market. He could be the doctor, the dentist in the local market. He could have practices all up and down the bay. He could be the man. And when that man comes in, he goes, hey, you know what? I think that you could utilize a whitening service. We got one really reasonable. Boom, boom, boom. You come in every 6 months, we'll make your teeth white, and they sell you on a retention program or a recurring program every 6 months. Then they come in and tell you your kid's teeth are crooked, and you really should invest in dental work or orthodontics and retainers and all that kind of stuff. And now you're into them for another $3,000 to $5,000. And then, as you get older, or, your teeth are really great and you get more successful, you might have a chip or want veneers or something like that. Of course, if he's in there going, I could do those veneers for you, no problem. And, they're only going to cost you $350 a tooth. So let's go ahead and get, 10 teeth in there. That's another $3,500. So as you can see here, that loss leader, teeth whitening, low end, low process, low touch, not a lot of time, right on the front end, gets you in as a captive audience, gets you in front of the dentist, the person that knows about the products and services the best, your best salesperson. You're leveraging your best assets within your organization, and then you're escalating them through your value ladder. This is a great example of how to do that. Escalating through the value ladder, and then you might have some ways to go out there and increase your cart values on each step of those. Now, what you want to do, this is Todd Brown's S.I.N offer, superior, irresistible, no-brainer. Really love how this plays out. I call these legendary offers, but they are. What you want to do is you want to make sure that your offer is superior. The way that you know your offer is superior in the marketplace is know what's already in the market. You want to make sure that you're irresistible, the cost versus value contrast. You want to make sure that the cost and the value are so contrastable that people are like, how is he doing this? Right? Like, you want it to be night and day, right? The value's got to be way greater than the cost in your potential buyer's mind. You want to make sure that they're no-brainer. You want to make sure that you solve real problems, produce a real desired outcome. And the only way that you can do this is by creating feedback loops, talking to your customers, and really getting clear about what it is that they want to overcome, what challenges they're facing. And this could change on a regular basis, but you want to make sure that you know your market. Create a niche so tight. This has to do with your messaging and everything that you're doing on a regular basis. Make sure that messaging is succinct and that it resonates with your target market. It's not about playing the same game as everybody else. It's about reinventing the game, creating a blue ocean for you, creating a market for your product and service by creating really unique offers, branding those offers with processes, and going out there and creating new markets for your business. So ask yourself this question: what problem do you solve? What business are you actually in? Get really clear about that in regards to your target market. I'm not going to go through this. We're running out of time actually right there. This has to do with creating a niche, getting clear about that niche. If you got the worksheet from last week, if you're a customer of ours on the Local Marketing Toolkit, then you have access to that worksheet, and hopefully you filled that out and you got really clear about who your dream customer is and what that looks like from a targeting standpoint, what challenges they have, who they are, where they're at. We talked about niching down into the who, what, when, where, and how last week as well, getting more refined in each one of these areas. And that worksheet will help you through that process. I talked with you about nothing sells better than proof. I want to reiterate this. If you're not focused on generating social proof on a regular basis, then you're losing out on tremendous opportunities as you grow your business. You want to make sure that you're consistently, I would even think about this on a weekly basis, maybe setting up a process where you have like Feedback Friday or something like that, to where your entire company is built around getting feedback from your customers, customer reviews, testimonials, and things like that, because it's incredibly powerful. Risk reversals, we talked about this. I'm going to have to restructure these slide orders here because I got way ahead of myself. But Guarantees, warranties, opportunity costs. And again, what this does, what risk reversal does, is the loss of potential gain from the product or service. Loss or potential gain from the product or service is very contrasting, meaning that you have no risk associated with trying it out, whether it's a money back guarantee, a service warranty, parts and labor warranty, whatever it is, terms and conditions. So again, I want to make sure that you're clear about carving a niche, making sure that you stop selling commodities and you go out there and you brand your product service as a process, a new and exciting way, and you create a blue ocean and reduce the amount of competition in the marketplace. If you can reduce the amount of competition, you can go out there and slay giants, making sure that you don't have to compete head to head with everybody else. Some types of offers out there: gated content. If you don't know what this is, it's content that people get access to, and maybe they have to pay in order to get access to the back end, meaning they give them a taste. It's a taste and share before they buy marketing or gated content. You have loss leaders. Again, what you want to do on your loss leaders, make sure you try to break even on the loss leader. But loss leaders are specifically designed to help you get new customers in-house so that you can upsell them through your value ladder. So understand that in regards to types of offers. Product reviews. If you can get out there, there's a great way online right now to do product reviews through challenges where you can give people, again, an opportunity to try your product before they buy it. You can utilize video in order to document the work that you do, the customers that you serve, and or attracting your dream customers through product reviews. Product reviews are really, really great ways for some companies to utilize education-based information in order to attract their dream customers. So product reviews are really good for some companies, and for other companies, they don't work so well. In addition to that, you want to start with core offer, making sure that you have a primary core offer that you build your marketing campaign around. All comes around removing the noise, reducing the noise, removing confusion, and making sure that you're clear about what that offer looks like, and that you build your marketing campaign around that primary core offer. Again, what I like to do with all of our clients is every single month is make sure that we're build out a marketing campaign for their core offer. Then what we can do is the following month, we can build out an additional campaign that might be a loss leader, maybe some gated content. And then what we do is we build out and follow the gold in regards to what's performing best within that specific market. That'll give us the ability to reduce the amount of friction when we're talking about offers. Some examples of this: gated content, checklists, quizzes, templates, swipe files, worksheets. You might exchange their information. These might be loss leader or lead magnets and things of that nature. Loss leaders, maybe trials for your discounted offers, first-time buyer incentives, discounted product, first step events, things of that nature can be your loss leaders in order to get new customers in-house. Product reviews or product previews, we were talking about this a little bit. Free estimates, free consultations, financing, pay later options, time-based incentives, bundles or bonuses, things of this nature. So that'll give you some ideas in regards to the different types of offers that you can utilize in your business, and some ways that you can structure those in regards to gated content, loss leaders, and product reviews. Your primary offer, how's it purchased? Highest margin. Oh, some of the things to consider when you're talking about that core offer. Some things to consider that you want to be focused on when you're talking about your core offer is how is it purchased, right? Is it the highest margin offer that you have, or is it the highest volume offer? Again, highest demand. What are customers' buying patterns? When they do purchase a specific product, do they purchase another product later on in the process that maybe you want to move up in your value ladder? So buying patterns can help you define what that value ladder looks like. That primary offer, you could also be thinking about customer loyalty, business strengths, long-term goals, and things of that nature. These are all characteristics that we evaluate when we're talking with our clients about how to structure their offers and what they should be looking at in regards to structuring that core offer. Again, I want to reiterate, stop competing, create superior offers by differentiating yourself in the marketplace, build trust and credibility, right? Through risk reversal, through social proof, through creating scarcity and urgency, making sure that you communicate that every time you ask your potential buyer to make or to be in action, or you present a call to action, and then reduce friction associated with buying your product and service. We're going to not go into that. That's going to be in your offer. It's going to be your offer creation worksheet. But that's all I have for you today. I know I took about 50 minutes to talk about offer creation. I think it's incredibly important. Again, if you haven't done so already, in the description of this video, if you're watching it on YouTube or Facebook, or again, if we're going to publish it on our website later with our spoilers and some transcripts. But do me a favor, provide some feedback. You know, we sell out to this practice of requesting feedback on a regular basis. If you just watched this, you got some value, or you didn't. If you're watching it at this point of the video, hopefully you got some value because you just spent the last 50 minutes with us. Time is the most valuable asset that we have. So hopefully the time value proposition was good enough for you there. But in regards to the presentation around creating really legendary offers for your business, make sure that you give feedback. You know, let us know one thing that we did right, or let me know one thing I did right, two things that I can improve. So the next time I give this training, we're going to continue to talk about this, to continue to provide clarity in regards to creating offers within your business. And we got some really great stuff coming up. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing this.
Recording stopped.
Oh,
recording in progress.
I got it mixed up here. So we're going to stop sharing that. And we're going to jump into that. And hopefully my controls aren't off here. And we're going to stop that. All right. There we go. So in conclusion, hopefully I didn't mess too much stuff up there. But in conclusion, getting clear about your target and then creating offers that create a marketplace for your business are two keys to helping you grow your business in whatever market that you're targeting. And so we want to make sure that we reiterate that. We want to make sure that you get clear on your offers. So what I'm going to do is for everybody that's subscribed to the Local Marketing Toolkit, we're going to send out a link. Make sure that you have access to our offer evolution worksheet, and that you get super clear on your core offer, and making sure that you understand some of the things that you can be implementing in your business in order to improve your offers in regards to social proof, risk reversal, and then also creating scarcity and urgency. So again, we appreciate your time, and looking forward to the next time we speak. And until then, make today and every day a fantastic day. We'll talk real soon.